speakers on the stage. I've got a good and a bad news. Good news first, I'm the last speaker as he has just mentioned. Bad news, I just got a slip from the butler who was standing there. Says that beer is not chilled enough. It will take another 15 minutes. Okay, but there are some number of beer drinkers too. Sundar did talk about large number of public sector solutions. He did mention 5-6 of them, and he also spoke about MEMEX. As he brought out that MEMEX is the platform around which all these public sector solutions are developed. It's one of the most powerful search and link analytical solution. I'm going to show you a demonstration. It's not a presentation. Basically, the presentation would involve showcasing the capability. Okay. Now, this is the report which has come in at approximately 2100 hours on 21st August. Mr. Neeraj Tandon, resident of so-and-so, reported at Nelson Street Police Station that while coming out of so-and-so mall at this time, he was approached by two men who demanded his wallet. On denial, he was threatened with a knife. When Mr. Tandon resisted the attempt to be robbed, he was attacked with a knife, which resulted in some sort of injuries on his face and arm. As per the description, both men appeared to be calling each other bhai, and the elder one had a burn scar on his forehead. Later, they escaped with his wallet and laptop in a red color car with registration number, last 5 digits only he could recollect, and he was rushed to the Apollo hospital where he is being detained for treatment. Now, when this report comes, the only known factors are the person who was victimized. You are not aware of who was the person who is likely to be accused. The other important things are there is a weapon use called knife, there is a burn scar on the forehead of the person who attacked him, and both the people who attacked appear to be brothers, and last 5 numbers of the car. So let me just open a solution which is MEMEX solution. So basically I need to input this report. Form is being built up, so I just copy the same text from here and paste it here. Now the other factors that I need to incorporate is the person who is reporting or who is taking down the report. Which station is he taking down the report from? Nelson Street division was A, subdivision A1. Event date, it happened yesterday, so 22nd of August. Okay, subject possibly robbery. Now, Sundar did mention and talk about matrix 5x5x5. Basically, how reliable is the source, how reliable is the intelligence, and what should be the dissemination level as to who should all be having access to this information. So, since the person I can't be sure, so I say C. As far as the intelligence is concerned, not personally known to the search but corroborated, and as far as dissemination is concerned, it can be disseminated to all. That's all it takes for me to enter the report. I just need to append this and it will get saved. But for saving the time, I have already created a report which I shall be showing you at a later time frame. Now, once the report has been logged in the form of a FIR, you need to start investigating. The task is assigned to an investigating officer. So the only clue that he has got is something 5 digits of a car. So he goes to the search. He needs to do a garbled search because he is not sure of the exact number C1234. Gabble search, and he is looking for a vehicle. Well, he is fortunate. He got one report. The data is being extracted. It's running a little slow. So the exact number is DL9C1234. Now these are the details. It was a red car. Yes, that is what was reported. It was hatchback. No inputs were provided. But if I see on the right hand side, there is one nominal who is attached to this car. So there was somebody who had been seen driving this car, and his name is Mr. Rohit Shukla. This gentleman, let me see in case he's got any marks or scars. He's got burn scar on his forehead. So the investigating officer has got a clue that Mr. Rohit Shukla is one of the likely suspects. Now let me just go back to the report, and because I need to show you some of the features which I may not be able to show otherwise. The person who reported the incident was named as Mr. Tandon. I searched a report on him, not a vehicle. So I got I got two reports of Mr. Tandon, but the one address that I am investigating is his residing at Mahavir Enclave. So I got the complete report, which I had not saved earlier. All the evaluation criteria was C31. Now once I see this report, there is one object, things like that. Now in case I go to the vehicle used during robbery, system appears to have slowed down towards the end of the day. So okay, now his address is there, there is a link chart associated, there is a nominal, there is an object and a vehicle. Now I have learned that this is the report, and by virtue of my investigation on the car number and the person who owns that car, I have been able to locate the person. He is called Rohit Shukla. I do a nominal search on him. It is our own type of search. So I got home run to Mr. Rohit Shukla. Now I want to, there are 2-3 reports against him. So this appears that this gentleman is a perpetual offender. If I just see the reports, I can have a look at the different reports. There is one report whereas he got involved in a trivial issue of threatening to kill Mr. Rajan Sharma. He was accompanied by his brother. This is one report. Then similarly there would be another report. Now if I go into the core report, I want to see draw a link diagram. So I just say sorry. Yes. Yes. So I got Mr. Rohit Shukla. I am expanding selected node. I am just selecting the link recursive level. So the link chart is being drawn by the system itself. Now the entire database is being accessed. Now it appears to be a little cluttered, this thing. I can manipulate this but for the sake convenience, I have already saved this report. I'll just open that. No, this is a better view. You have a guy called Rohit Shukla. His brother is Mohit Shukla. His associate is Monica Singh. She was involved in the second incident where these people were caught jumping a red light and were found to be in a state of having consumed liquors. Then he was involved in an incident where he threatened Mr. Rajan Sharma. And of course, now this also gives you an indication that this is the vehicle number and he was seen driving this car. So when the investigating officer sees such a link analysis, he is able to understand what are the linkages between the various properties, various objects, nominals involved in the incident. So when the investigating officer was in the process of carrying out such an analysis, there was another report which came up and was reported at Indira Gandhi International Terminal. Not more than 2 minutes more. There was a lady called Monica Singh who was apprehended at the airport by CSF. She was carrying approximately 300 grams of heroin. She was boarding for a flight to Jammu, and on interrogation it was revealed that the drugs were to be handed over to somebody at Jammu, and she got the drugs from Mr. Rohit Shukla, and her mobile records showed that she had been in constant touch with Rohit and Mohit. So I go back to the system, search for Monica. It's a nominal search. Now remember, the first incident was at Nelson Road, the second incident reported was at the airport. And once all the systems are linked, you would be able to, the investigating officer for the first and the second crime would be able to view the data inputted at the different stations. Now, these are the details. I have already fed the system. Now if I see the link chart of Monica, here we are. I have already prepared the chart. Rohit and Mohit are brothers, seen driving a car, resident of RK Puram. Then they were in the process of attacking Mr. Rajan Sharma, who belongs to Dabdi, and this is the third incident which was reported by Mr. Tandon. And Monica Singh, who has been in constant touch with Rohit Shukla and Mohit Shukla, is a resident of Janakpuri and is substantiated by the third. So as a result of simultaneous investigation of two incidents, one at Nelson Road and one at airport, joint operation was launched by Delhi Police, and on the early hours of 23rd, and let's see what happened thereafter. You can read the same for yourself. Major drug haul at RK Puram, gang busted, 8 including a woman arrested. See, I have taken an example of a very simplistic situation. I'm sure some of the cases must be very complicated, must be involving a lot of inputs from the different agencies. But once we have all the systems in place, the entire public safety organization system, the intelligence organization systems in place, I'm sure the accessibility of the information for resolution of such crimes would be much faster. Just make a statement before concluding. We are all aware that CCTNS is in the advanced stage of implementation as a national initiative undertaken by NCRP. Phase 1 has already rolled out, and some of the states are already far ahead of the others. So CCTNS is primarily for capturing the FIR data. Once they move into the phase 2, such link analytical solutions and such capability would be very useful and enhancing the operational efficiency of such a system. Thank you very much.
I just want to add one thing to what Mr. Ayer said, Mr. Prabhat said. One of the big important things about technology is that if we have the technology, and in most of the cases the criminals don't have it yet. So if you can leverage technology into what he's doing, it can yield us enormous results. Enormous results.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chavir. Thank you so much, Colonel Prabhat. I would just say that I apologize again for all the chit passing. I'm sure if you were to input into your system a repeat offender for just passing chits, my name would come up. So I apologize for that. And I'd like to, I know that we have suffered in terms of being able to do a short Q&A, which is what we budgeted for at the end of the session. What I would request is that we could take some of those questions to dinner, and we'll all be here outside, and I'm sure our speakers will be joining us for dinner. They'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. On behalf of SAS and iGovernment, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. It's a Friday, it is Parliament time. We were up against great odds in trying to get all of you to take time out of your busy schedules to join us today. I'd like to also thank specifically our speakers, Dr. Banerjee, who's here, who've travelled from outside, also Mr. Imam Haq, Mr. Deepak Ramanathan from SAS, who all travelled from outside. And once again, with apologies for running late today. And as I was mentioning earlier, it seemed to have started with terrible traffic, bad traffic karma right from the morning this today, and I think that's what happened to all of us. I would now like to just present a small token of our appreciation to our speakers here today. Thank you so much to my panel. Thanks a lot. Thanks so much to everyone here. Just one important announcement is that I request you all to fill out the feedback forms. The reason we do this is for us to know what we got right and what we didn't, and we'd love to actually try and tailor our engagements better in the future, and we'd love to have that feedback from you. Thank you so much, and please join us now for cocktails and dinner.
Thank you very much.